What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some baseball. Let's get it going. And we are going to get into the Wednesday, September 18th Major League Baseball betting card. We'll go down each and every game, briefly tell you guys what I'm going to be into, and I will have 5 best bets that I'll be putting out in this video. So make sure you guys all stick around to the end. And also, please remember to subscribe right down below. Love to have you part of the team here at TBM. Appreciate all my channel members as well. Yesterday, quick recap, not the best day. It was a wacky day within the major leagues, and this is something where I think we're going to see a little bit more prevalent as we conclude the regular season, and something I've been noticing here on YouTube, starting to see and feel a shift. It seems to be that just the regular, everyday Major League Baseball bettors, I should say, have been kind of focusing in on these games, but there's been a lot of people just kind of exit the market, and we are seeing a lot of the public just leaving, and I think this is where you could get a lot of sharper angles within betting baseball this time of year as we conclude the regular season and segue into the postseason play. Okay, so keep that in mind. Don't sleep on baseball. Still a lot of ways that we can be profitable within these games, and I think that we have enough data points and roster movements that we can kind of understand where the money's headed, where we're going, and what the best bets are. Okay, so let's look at it. First game to talk about is Oakland and Chicago. Justin Steele going for the Cubbies, taking on Brady Basso. So one thing we do get to see is a lot of the call-ups, right? People are going to test some young, youthful arms in the big leagues here, and this is what we get. Justin Steele has been pretty much fantastic as of recent. I am going to lend towards the Cubs here. $1.61 is a hefty price to pay. So within Basso and his 1.23 ERA and just his short limited action, this is where we would lend towards the under 8. If you want to take a juiced up 8, take that under in the Cubs Athletics game that we have today. That would be my lean for a 220-day baseball game there at Wrigley. All right. Coors Field, we do have the Diamondbacks playing the Colorado Rockies. Austin Gomber hosting Eduardo Rodriguez. This is a game where we did have a 10 spot, so just one run away from getting the over in that total that we had yesterday. And that's something where you look at the Diamondbacks only scoring 2 runs at Coors Field. This is another game where I know the pitching's a little bit better this go-around, but I do like the over 10.5 still in this spot. Colorado scored 8. I do think we get similar production from the Rockies at home. However, I do think that the Diamondbacks are not going to score a measly 2 runs. So look for that over to cash within Diamondbacks in Colorado. That will be a strong lean. White Sox and Angels, like I told you yesterday's video, we are going to stay away from this game. Josh Kokonowicz and Jared Schuster, no play for me. These 2 ball clubs, if you can handicap these games, go for it. Great, fantastic. Just crossing this off my card, not even going to approach this game from a betting perspective. All right. And then Baltimore and San Francisco. Okay, we got Dean Kramer going against Hayden Birdsong. All right. And this is something where nobody saw that 10-0 blowout coming from the Giants. I know Snell was pitching, and quite frankly, it didn't really matter, okay, because the Giants put up 10 runs against the Orioles on the road. So I don't think that's going to continue. If anything in this game, I know that I probably would lend towards Birdsong, but it's hard not to like Baltimore. Taking them -1, you can find that number is at -119. So take them on a split within the run line and the money line. That would be my lean, kind of bouncing back. Sometimes when you're playing that bad like Baltimore is doing, that's the only way to go. They're just due for a breakout, and sometimes you need a good wake-up call like they got last night from the Giants. So leaning towards Baltimore, but no official play. And then we will get into the first play of the board. That is the Astros and Padres, right? Fading Dylan Cease. Since that no-hitter he threw, his numbers have been kind of lacking. There has been some regression back to that mean. And then we see Framber Valdez, 14-6 on the season, sub-3 ERA, like the Astros in the spot, and we do get them on the road here at a good number. So I am going to be taking the likes of the Houston Astros right here on the money line at a -101 price. So basically even money. Now, Landon Knack for the Dodgers is going into Miami, going against Ryan Weathers. This is a spot where if you want to back the Dodgers, I don't blame you. I think the Dodgers get a little bit of a zigzag here, but at -167, too much of a price for me to lay. Miami's been scrappy. Lending towards the over once again. We did cash that yesterday, taking the over in the Dodgers-Marlins game that the Dodgers put up double-digit runs, and so did the Marlins, but that was one where the Marlins ended up getting that victory. Okay, so I do lend towards the over and the Dodgers on the money line. All right, and then we can hit up the Twins, Minnesota, Twins and the Cleveland Guardians once again. Okay, the Guardians lost yesterday. Minus 112 here at home. They're going against Bailey O'Bear, against Tanner Beebe. Got to go with the Cleveland Guardians in this spot. 87-65 on the season. I think they, unless, barring some unforeseen losing streak here, it looks like they're going to have the AL Central wrapped up. And that's where I'd go back to Cleveland. I think Cleveland gets this one done. I think they win on the money line. So Cleveland minus 112 would be my lean on today's game. All right. And then the Braves and Reds, that's the next one we're going to hit. Spencer Schwellenbach going against Jacob Eunice. Excuse me. Still getting over my cough. I can't get rid of this. But Eunice, 4-0 on the season, sub-3 ERA. Really liked his numbers, and this is something where we're going to take the Reds. I think this is good value here at home. They've been one of the hotter teams in baseball as of late. I know the Braves need to win this game, but just backing the Reds here in the spot. They stay hot, going behind Jacob Junis, plus 135 on the money line for the Reds. Love this number. Probably one of my favorite bets of the day, just from a pure value standpoint. Hard to pass up plus 135 for a home club with arguably the better pitching matchup going. So plus 135 for the Reds will be my second official play. All right. And then we can talk about Boston and Tampa Bay. This is one where we see the Rays minus 107 on the money line. Ryan Pepio going against Tanner Houck. Kind of a weird number here, and I do tend to fade Tanner Houck. And on days that I do, he ends up pitching gems. But minus 107 for the Tampa Bay Rays. That looks to be a good number. I'm not going to bet it, but if I had a lean, I would go with the home team being a favorite here in this game. So Rays minus 107, although looks for both of these clubs, this game is meaningless down the stretch. Okay, and then we did get a Mets blowout yesterday, and now we get DJ Hers going against Jose Quintana. For the Mets here, it's all the same. I think Quintana gets this one done. Both of these pitchers kind of essentially the same statistics. Quintana gets a little bit more strikeouts, but I do like the Mets here once again against the Nationals here on the money line. This price here, if we look at it, is minus 154. So if you are going to play the Mets, look for them on the run line minus 1. But I think they get this one done here at home at Citi Field against DJ Hers. So lean Mets in this game, okay? And then we will get to two more official plays that we do have. This is the Phillies and Brewers. Aaron Nola going against Freddie Peralta. I like Phillies here. We get them on the road at a plus number. Aaron Nola has been fantastic. Freddie Peralta, I think that the Phillies are going to be able to hit him. They're going to score at least 5 runs in this game, so give me Nola with a 5-run cushion in my handicap, and that's why we're going to get to Phillies plus 107 on the money line. I don't agree with this number. I think that Phillies should be a minus favorite in this game, so get some value on Philadelphia. Even though they're on the road, I still like this, so taking the Phillies plus 107 in this spot. And then let's look into one of the hotter teams going right now, 79-73, taking care of business against the Kansas City Royals, looking for consecutive victories once more. And now we get Skewball on the mound going against Alec Marsh. It's a definite lopsided pitching matchup. And I think the fact that Detroit has been winning, Vegas is calling for a little reversion to the mean, just basically saying, hey, Detroit can't win in a row. So this is something where we say not so fast. Let's back Skewball at this low number, minus 137 on the money line. I think that's a pretty fair number. If you can look into the first 5, that's another thing I would entertain. First 5 money line for the Tigers, and that's kind of where I'm going to lead to my best bet, where I take Detroit first 5 on the money line, okay? And that's going to be a very strong play backing Skewball against the Royals that can't seem to hit the baseball. They had a ton of runners left on base, double-digit left on base last night in extras, losing 3-1 to the Tigers. By all accounts, they should have won the game. They had a double play that they grounded into late, and then obviously faltering in that top frame of the 10th. It just never really worked out for them. So that's where I lend towards Detroit first 5 on the money line. Okay, and then the Pirates Cardinals, staying away from this one. This is a no-run first inning bet for me, though, if you do want to take it. Pirates have not named the pitcher, and the Cardinals are throwing out Sonny Gray. Definite no-run first inning bet for me if I was going to play a nrfi on today's slate. And then let's touch base on the Yankees and Mariners, what we saw yesterday. Brian Wu just absolutely getting rocked. The Yankees put up double digits against the Mariners at home. A little bit of an outlier. So looking for that bounce back. If you want to get down the odds board, you can find it right here where we could take the likes of the Seattle Mariners and Yankees under 7.5. I'm not going to do it, but that's where I would lean. Mariners at home, that's been kind of the trend that I've been always betting unders on that. You can find a juiced up 8. That's probably where I would lend towards taking that 8 within Seattle, under 8 in this spot, looking for a little bounce back pitching performance. And I do think the Mariners bats stay at bay against Nestor Cortez. So under 8 would be how I would play the Yankees-Mariners game, okay? And then the last game that we're going to talk about on the card, and one that we will have an official play in, is the Blue Jays and Texas Rangers. Cody Bradford has been serviceable for the Rangers. I know the Rangers put up a good offensive output yesterday, but going against Bowden Francis at home, it's not going to be that easy, right? Bowden Francis, 8-4, 3.5 ERA. One of the best pitchers in the second half of the Major League Baseball season. This is where we get a good number on Toronto on the money line, okay? But I'm not going to look into that because I don't trust their bats. The Rangers are at home. However, we are going to take the Toronto under 8 at -110, one of my favorite bets of the card as well. And that'll basically wrap up my plays as we look into this Wednesday slate. Okay, so here it is, guys. If you haven't seen it, this is the recap of my 5 best bets. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I know I'm out of the office, but quite frankly, sometimes it works out better this way because I don't have to rush to make the video. I get it out a little bit later, but I did this remotely for a reason because I wanted to check a little bit into the more pitching matchups as I was doing my drive to work, and then get some more numbers and data points, and that way I can make the best bets possible. So here's what we came out with. These are my 5 best bets for the Wednesday slate. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Let me know what you'll be picking in these games. I appreciate you guys as always, all my channel members. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow in the next video. Good luck with your picks. Cheers.